Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm using yellow. I'm continuing with 100 days of creating. I don't think that's my handle, but it's going to be 100 days. And I'm going to use these two stencils, and my color today is yellow. I wanted to see what sorts of creation I will get. I'm also using this charcoal pencil just to start making some marks because I didn't know where to start, and I wanted to get the ball rolling in my mind, the creative juices flowing. So I started with some mark making, and now I'm going to add my yellow and just see where the brush takes me on this journey. This process, it was fun, but it was also a little difficult for me. For some reason, it didn't flow the way it usually does. So I guess in that respect, for me, it was quite challenging. I ended up using the lines as guides. So as you could see, I'm not really crossing them, which wasn't what I thought would happen. I thought I'd just paint over it like I usually do. But I ended up using it as a guide and a block to section off areas that I was painting. I did really like how it turned out. But I think part of the problem for me this time with this set was that I didn't I knew that I was going to cut this in pieces. So what what happened is that I created knowing that this area would need something more because it's going to get cut and separated. So there needs to be some type of interesting thing happening on each piece. So I think that could be a good thing, but because I was thinking like that, I feel like it limited me at the same time, which is interesting because I don't think that usually happens. But for some reason I felt kind of limited. I think that's just it. But I do like how it started. I felt happy with the beginning. I like that I was able to leave some white space, and which is really difficult for me sometimes. But yeah. And as I continue on, I'm going to continue to try to leave some white space, which proved quite difficult. Quite difficult. So what I'm doing again is mixing my original color with black and my original color with white. We ended up with this green, which I loved, but for some reason it felt kind of separate, like it didn't blend properly. So, or maybe I didn't mix the paint properly, or maybe I added too much water. Something was a bit off with it, but initially I didn't want it to be like full on paint. I wanted it to be runny and to kind of do some of its own thing. And yeah, my paper's moving and it's messing, it's getting messy. But I did want to add in those, right. So this area here gave me a lot of trouble. I couldn't for the life of me get it to blend properly. I don't know if it's the kind of paint that I used. I don't know if I just didn't mix it properly, but it kind of frustrated me. It was difficult. In the meantime, I'm trying to keep my lines. I'm trying to have lights and darks, lots of contrast. I'm trying to keep some nice white areas. But I don't know. I think maybe I want to try this again, but with different shades of yellow instead of mixing it with black and white. Or maybe I could mix it with white, but not black. In the end, I mean, yeah, maybe just not black, especially if I just want yellow. So I think that's my thing. So I'm probably gonna have to invest in a nice rich yellow and then lighten it up. Nice deep rich yellow and then, grade it up to white. But this was a little difficult because I was trying to keep those grades in, trying to keep the blends in, and trying to create something pretty as well that make me feel, ooh, when I look at it. Yeah. This corner gave me a lot of trouble. I kept working on it. I probably did overwork it. I think the page couldn't take it. It's probably the paper too, because I know different types of paper reacts differently to the same paint. So maybe it was the paper as well. Maybe I'll try this with, a different type of paper. I think maybe I'll do that. Try the same exercise but use a different type of paper. Maybe I'll do that. And at this point, I was starting to get frustrated. So rather than continue to work on it, I decided to cut it up and separate it and work on them individually. So when I cut them up, I look at them and I see which one needs work, sometimes all. But I look at them and I try to decide, okay, which ones could stay as is and which one need more work. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm working on the ones that I feel could add some more. And with this one too, because of the yellow, I felt like I wanted to keep it really simple. Didn't want to add too many things. So I'm working on my lines. I'm working on my grades of the color yellow. Well, the colors, because we ended up with green. But I'm also working on keeping it simple, not too busy, which was actually a nice change for me because I tend to add a lot of stuff on my pieces. And it's also been an interesting, yeah, I didn't like it at all. So I just, I took it off. Tried to get it before it dried. Doing these small cards, it's making me more familiar again with paint because usually I work with, I'm really mixed media. I add a lot of texture on my cards and in my pieces, but working with this has been a nice change, and it is helping me to really focus on the paint and getting the colors that I want and how the paint is reacting to the paper or the different types of paint and how they react in general. So, or how they react, because I tend to mix. I don't use one type of paint alone on a piece. I usually mix the paints. I don't know if it's probably not advisable, but I do that. And I'm really enjoying the process of feeling it out and understanding and learning, which is what the channel is about. I explore, I experiment, and I take you all with me. And I hope you all are enjoying the process. I hope you all are learning too. And if you have anything you want to share that you already know that you could share with me so I can learn more, that would be great. I would love to hear from you and hear any little tips and tricks and any advice y'all have. I really would appreciate it. So don't be shy and share your goodness. And I'll probably even try some of the things that y'all recommend. I think that would be really cool. That would be really cool. This piece I actually did not like at all. And so I just put it off to the side to dry, give my mind a break from it. It was stressing me out. And now I'm working on this other piece, which has similar, obviously they all have similar colors, but some more than others, some more intense than others. This I found was very scant, very empty. And I was trying to add, it also felt very one color, you know, it's too much of one color in it. So that's why I added that strip of the paint, the original paint, to help add some more contrast, but it still felt really, really empty, like it needed something, but I didn't want to just add any random thing, but it definitely needed something. So I felt that all of these four needed something, and I remembered that I wanted to use my stencil. So this is my attempt at using them. I love how these lines come together, that I put the stencil over. I didn't really notice it before. If I had, I think I would have made a different choice. So I'm trying to use my stencil, and immediately I don't like it, but I already decided, I already did it, so I'm all in. And I'm gonna just see where it leads, but I didn't like it. And that happens sometimes. We make decisions in our art, even if it's in our creative journey on different pieces, even if it's a book or some other type of creative piece that you're working on. You know, we make mistakes, and I think part of our creativity is figuring out how to fix it. And this was my attempt at trying to fix this because I didn't like it. So I thought I'd add some veins. I moved the stencil and I still didn't like it. Because I think the colors are too similar, especially down below. And I really didn't like it. So I remembered that I wanted to use the ladies. So I'm going to add them in. Well, I'm going to add her in. But honestly, I'm not liking them. I feel like I messed them up. But this process is actually giving me an idea. Only now. It's giving me an idea that I think I want to purposefully do. So I'll work on that. But in the meantime, I am stenciling out this lady. I was going to fill her in, but I thought that I want to keep the look of the lines because I'm really enjoying the lines on these cards. So just in keeping with that theme, I'm just giving her a yellow shadow. And then I'm going to try to keep the card looking as clean as possible. But I think I know what my problem is with these cards, my issue that I have personally, other than that big leaf stencil that I really don't like at all. Wish I didn't do it, but it's okay. It's good to look at your mistakes and know, okay, won't be doing that again. Not in that way. But aside from that, I think some of the cards there isn't enough contrast happening. And I think that is where my problem is. For this one, I thought I'll use a lighter outline instead of the dark one, just to see how it looks. But yeah, I think the only real contrast on this card I'm working on is the top left and then the lines, because the lines are very dark. So I think when I'm doing this again, I would like to work on having more contrast happening, which would be more pleasing to the eye. So the leaf ones, they were really cool, and in my opinion, I spoiled it. Especially with the color of the leaf too. It just, ugh. It's just yuck. But I'm still trying to salvage it, still trying to do some highlights, still trying to do something. I just highlighted the grooves that I made. I'm trying, but so then I thought, okay, let's just put her over it to kind of cover it up. But yeah, it's still not doing it for me at all. Don't like it. Don't like it. Is there any art that you make that you really don't like? What do you do about it? Do you cover it up or do you leave it so you could see your mistakes? I think it's I think it's cool to do both. I think it's cool to know that it's okay to just do over. It's okay and it's do overable. I know that's not a word, but you know what I mean. I think yeah, when I did this, I was like, ew, this is not okay. Don't like it. Oh, this was hard. This was hard. Trying to do something here, and I know for sure. I know it's not working. I know it. You know it too. I know that you know it. Ooh, these two cards stress me out. So I'm bringing in the charcoal pencil again. I was going to use the outline of her to do it, but it wasn't working. I don't know, this charcoal pencil, it's really difficult to use. But eventually I brought in the China marker, which is not water soluble, so it's perfect. But if I wanted it smudged, so this darker outline, does help. Her hand is really distorted there on the left. It looks like, it got burnt and it's just shriveled. It looks horrible. Horrible. Didn't even try to fix it. I don't like these two cards. I spoiled it. But, I'm adding some more interest by doing her down below as well. Yeah, this was really, really difficult. But the one to the top left isn't bad because she is so light, it's a nice contrast against her immediate outline. So that one there is nice. I'm trying to add some contrast down below by making this lady lighter. But I'm still not liking it. I still feel ew about it. This was difficult. It was very, very challenging. But I think I owe it to myself and to you all to try a do-over, working on having greater range of values. Yeah. So this is the China marker that I'm going to use now because it's not water soluble, so it will stay. I didn't want the lines to disappear. I didn't mind some smudging, which I could do with the charcoal pencil, but I also wanted to see the lines. So I brought that in there and I'm using her. And then I'm doing it over this pale lady as well, this ghost. It's really not okay. So I actually ended up really liking this one, and I believe it's because of the heavy contrast and that one too that I just put aside. I think those two are my favorites, which are the only two I believe without people on it. I think those two are my favorites. And then probably, well, definitely the worst are the ones with the leaf shape outline thing. And yeah, this one is one of the worst. And so is this one. Really. This one isn't too bad. It's not too bad. This one I like because of the contrast. This one I ended up liking because of the contrast. And also this one. And I think also this one is my favorite now. But anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.